Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to register my thanks on the President's speech. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you, Honorable Speaker Moses Wetangula, for your election as the Speaker of the National Assembly, and also Honorable Paul Cholet for being elected as the Deputy Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the great people of Endebes for having seen it fit to elect me as their Member of Parliament for the third time consecutively. I want to assure them that I'll continue delivering the services as I've done before and make sure that there is great development within that area. Honorable Speaker, when you read our Constitution, in Article 1, it says that all sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya and shall be exercised only in accordance with this Constitution. The people may exercise their sovereign power either directly or through this democratically elected representatives. On 29th, Honorable Speaker, I was glad that when the President came to this House, we had all the three arms of government, because the Constitution recognizes in the same Article 1 that the sovereign power under the Constitution is delegated to the state organs, and that is Parliament, the judiciary, and the executive. And when the three arms of government were able to be in this House during the President's speech, it brought us as a country together, and that was very important, Honorable Speaker. I listened, and I've read again the President's speech. When my senior colleague in the profession, but also the same, we are in the same category as members of Parliament, Honorable Nyikal, referred to Article 10 as being divisive in the President's speech, I had to reread it again. And when I reread it, the President said, I submit to you that the fact that the election was so close is an indication that what unites us is always much more greater than what divides us. With the support of Kenyans, we've lodged ethnicity as the central organizing principle of our politics, thereby retiring it for good, the ethnic mobilization and personality cults, together with their culture and practices of exclusion, discrimination, patronage, tribalism, and nepotism. Many of the young Kenyans in the street, Honorable Speaker, they don't look at themselves as Kikuyu, Sabot, Luhya, or anything. They look themselves as Kenyans. This issue of people talking of maybe the Kalenjin nation, the Kikuyu nation, it is we politicians who are polluting the Kenyans. But when you sit down with your child to speak at home, they never think of themselves as any other person. They think themselves as Kenyans. And it is upon us to cultivate that culture among our people. In the President's speech, Honorable Speaker, the President talks of his administration allocating 50 billion every year to the Hustlers Fund, from which micro, small, and medium enterprises can access affordable credit to start and expand their businesses. Many Kenyans outside there are looking forward to this Hustler Fund, and they are looking into this House to see what legislation we can be able to provide, because as far as the President is concerned, he laid down his policy. He didn't have to give the details. It is upon us, because I've heard some people talk about why we've seen the President's speeches being very short. It lacks the details. It is the details that it is upon this House to come up with. How do we operationalize the Hustler Fund? The President has said we can be able to allocate that 50 billion every year to make sure that Kenyans are able to access affordable credit. They are able to access the Hustler Fund and do businesses. The mamambogas, the border-borders, and everybody who is outside there, your constituents. So this calls for the unity of this House to come up with legislation and regulations in which to be able to operationalize this Hustlers Fund. The President went further and said there is tremendous opportunity for the House to fully take up its role in resolving the systematic issues that limit access to affordable homes and affordable finances. And we've seen the President the other day going to Mukuru kwa Njenga and launching the housing project. We've seen him going to other areas